Okay. So, good afternoon to everyone, and thank you, Rishi, for calling me for this wonderful session. So, my talk is on unfolding the DMAX scroll and making sure it's the right way up. So, you saw how Rishi was able to show you how the graft is prepared. So, each and every step in DMAX is very important. Um, so, this is my very favorite slide. I usually put it in most of my talks here. So here for the basic, for the people to understand, the endothelium usually is exposed out when the DM scrolls out like this. So this is very typical of how a DM scrolls. I'm showing you here a taco fold with endothelium inside. So as I put it into the saline, you can see that the endothelium which is inside usually opens out. So the endothelium is out, and that's why DMAC is pretty. You have to do it with a lot of caution because endothelial cell damage might happen because the endothelium is out, unlike DSAC where the endothelium is inside. So going to the next one, the mark, as Rishi said, there are a lot of marks. I use a L mark, and I just want to demonstrate how I do it. So there is a short horizontal limb and there is a long vertical limb. So I always look at the short vertical limb when it's inside the eye, when I after unfold it. So even if it rotates, even whichever position it is, I make sure that the short arm is always on the right side of the vertical arm. So this one I find it's very easy because even in hazy corneas or scarred corneas, if I'm able to see this portion alone, I know whether it's on the left or right side. I usually know whether it's on the correct side or not. The second important thing is DM scroll injection. You can have a lot of endothelial cell loss at this position. So here I'm just showing you here. I've done a tunnel. I'm going inside and injecting. It's not coming out because it's a very tight tunnel. All the saline comes inside the injector and it pushes the. You can see I'm demonstrating by injecting saline into the side port, and you can see the tissue moving in. So here you have to little bit extend the section so that the saline moves out to the sides of the injector, and also you have to reduce the pressure by reducing the speculum. These two are very important, your tunnel size and your pressure. So if you do not concentrate on this, the tissue will sit outside at the junction of the wound, and you'll have a lot of endothelial cell loss. Sizing the DM is very important because here you see that the pupil is almost 5.5 to 6 and the tissue is around 7 mm. So I'm finding it really difficult to unfold because it gets caught into the pupillary margin. So you have to plan your DM size according to your pupil. If it's slightly larger, you have to take a larger graft. So here I'm showing almost a 7 to 8 mm pupil which is dilated. So I have taken a larger graft. You can see that it's a larger graft. So what happens is that the iris acts as a fulcrum, and then you can see by gentle tapping, by acting as a fulcrum, you can see it just slowly opens up. So in this, if I had taken a smaller graft of 7 or 7.5, I wouldn't have been able to unfold it because it will sit on the IOL or it will sit on the edges and unfold. Here you see beautifully the iris helps us to open up. So this is very important. DM scroll sizing is very important. The next one is when you do cases, early cases, don't take young donors. You see it's so much scrolled up. It's like completely scrolled. And here again, case selection is poor because it's actually a iris claw done post vitetamized eye. Eye is very soft. So all the and it's all the don'ts are there here. Like means you can see here as I try to unfold it, you can see a lot of crumpling, lot of dimpling of the DM. You look at that, it will not, it's very difficult to unfold. Even if you unfold this successfully, the amount of endothelial damage is huge, and these tissues may be successfully or anatomically attached but may not be, the graft won't be doing its purpose. So early cases or always suggest don't choose such scenarios. You may be able to attach, but it's difficult. So elderly tissues behaves like this because there's no elasticity. So usually they are wide open. In your early cases, you can try this. It will give you more confidence rather than doing younger eyes. And when you do this, you can see that very beautifully it will unfold by itself once after injection, even without putting a suture, to open it. So early cases, I feel everybody should go ahead with elderly tissues so that it gives you a lot of confidence. So coming to the real unfolding techniques. So there are many ways we have evolved, been doing from 2013. So we have been evolved. The unfolding techniques have evolved so much. So here, as I told you, make an adequate tunnel, put a suture, very important. Do not manipulate your DM without putting any suture. Put one suture to the tunnel before you try to manipulate. So the initial days we used to do the tapping method. You can see here, we'll inject saline to create some space for the tissue to unfold, and then you see this is the tapping method, which was very much done in the initial days. This tapping method. So I'm injecting saline, creating a space, and I tap in the center, and you see that how well it unfolds. So this is the original technique when people used to do, and you can see that L mark there, the shorter limb on the right side of the vertical limb. So I know it's on the right position. I'm centering it and I'm injecting air to oppose the DM. So this is the first way we used to do. Second, sometimes when you are trying to tap, it may not unfold. So I use a bimanual technique. I used to do a bimanual technique, meaning that you can, with one hand you can can hold the DM, and the other you can try to unscroll it. You can see here that like a bimanually you can try to wriggle it out and it opens up. So this is another technique of unfolding. One is tapping, another thing is with by manual hydro needle. You can tap it and it usually unfolds. You can very gentle tapping at the end to make it centered, and then you can inject air. So this is another technique. So the third technique which I'll be showing you is that suppose in case you want to you're trying to do with both the hydro needle and it's not opening. So I'm trying to do it here. So it's not opening. So then only we thought of a technique known as hold and release technique, where we used to hold the tissue with one hand, and then with the saline, I just show you. With the left hand, I'm holding the DM, and here I'm injecting saline. I'm unshallowing, injecting saline and depressing the wound. And you can see that as I inject the saline and depress the wound, the DM tries to unfold. So this is a it's like a almost like a no touch technique, where you can just, with the left hand you just hold it, and with the saline you try to open up the tunnel without much tapping and manipulation. So this tapping usually causes a lot of endothelial shedding. So this is another thing I want to show you, the same one. The other one which I want to show you is how to reverse the DM. This is an iris claw. I've done an iris claw, then aphakic bullous keratopathy, and then after applying 3 sutures. So here I just want to show you, as I unfold, I find that the DM is on the opposite side. So how do you reverse the DM? So now I've tried to unfold it, and I find, and you see that the L is on, I found out that the L is on the opposite side. So now you see that I'm injecting saline under. You see the under, I'm trying to inject saline under the graft, so that the second lip, see that second lip is flipping over. And as you keep injecting saline, you see that the inner lip flips over. So this is very important when you have a wrong side scroll down, eye is very soft, vitrectomized eyes. I try to hold with one hand and then inject saline over the under flap and try to open it. I'll show you once again. Here the same, another case here. I'm trying to unfold it. So here you can actually see that L is on the left side. You can see that the L mark is on the opposite side. So again, I'm injecting saline. I want to show you. So what happens is, once I know it's on the opposite side, look at me injecting the saline here. See the flap, see how it's flapping the inner flap. So it just flaps in, you see it flapping in, and see it goes up. So once that is there, you can hold that portion and then you can open it. See the L is now on the horizontal limb is on the right side. So this is how you unscroll a DM. If it's reversed inside the eye, rather than doing a lot of manipulations, give flow to the inner fold so that it flips over, and you will be able to remove it. So I'll just show you a few unedited videos of the hold and release technique, which is now what we commonly use. As Rishi showed, a homemade injector. So once I take it in, this is how I take it into from the IOL tub. And once I inject it here, so I'll be showing you a few hold and release ones so that it's so that beginners can look at it twice or thrice so that it will be easy for them. So you can see here, I'm trying to push it to one side. Hold with your left hand, right eye. I'm injecting saline as well as shallowing it, injecting and saline and shallowing it, and it usually opens up. So gentle taps are done, and you can see that the graft is folded very well. So here the manipulation is very less, no violent or vigorous tapping. So it usually very smoothly the DM unfolds. So another point what I want to tell you is always make it horizontal. If it is vertical, it is very difficult to unfold. Always try to push it horizontally so that you can have control by unfolding it or by doing it over the tunnel. Like in the tunnel, when you shallow the tunnel, the DM will unfold. So as you see here, I'm just pushing it towards this horizontally towards the center. Left hand keeps holding the DM so it doesn't come out, and then I try to position it. And then hold at one position, and then you see that inject shallow, you inject, it opens up. So it's very simple. Most sometimes you can have problems in hold and release also. Sometimes you can see a DM getting stuck and it doesn't open. So you can see here that the one fold of DM has got stuck, and I've tried many times to open it and it's not opening. You see, I'm trying to do the same techniques. So now what I want to do is I want to put air. Okay, you hold with the left hand, put air. So that fold may not unfold with all the maneuvers. So you inject air and then you release the air beyond the fold. So once beyond the fold, you see that it very beautifully unfolds. So these are finer techniques of unfolding. Even in grafts, large size grafts, unfolding, everything is pretty easy because you can see that the L mark is there. So larger grafts with small pupil, this technique is very easy and it's very simple. I'll show you. This is again I want to show you with hold with the left hand, inject saline, shallow, inject saline, shallow. See how beautifully it opens. So this is a technique which now we use so that your surgery is very fast and it gets over at a very short time. My last video, just want to show you that in regrafts, do not take large sized grafts because the DM doesn't settle over the graft host junction. So here initial I'm struggling to unfold because you can see that the graft is very large and it doesn't open up. It's very tough, and because the graft host junction is irregular in that area, the DM going and sticking probability also is very less. So generally in all these grafts, better to take a smaller graft. That's how nowadays I do. I take the graft smaller than the graft host junction so that it's easy to unfold, and also it is very, because there is a graft host junction ridge, it is very well restricted with the ridge with good centering. Thank you.